cities, every single hotel booked on points. This is your complete guide to Japan. We're starting off in Osaka, then heading north to Niseko, and spending a few days in Kyoto, splitting our stay between a budget Hyatt hotel and one of the most luxurious hotels in the world. Then we're wrapping up our trip in Tokyo, and I'm going to show you how we did all this for a fraction of the cost using points and miles. Whether you're planning your first trip to Japan or this would be your fifth, stay tuned till the end because I'm going to break down the itinerary and show you what most people get wrong about planning a trip to Japan. We just landed in Japan. I'm taking you straight to Osaka. I'll be giving you a full tour of one of Hyatt's newest properties and their only hotel in Osaka. The caption, by Hyatt Namba Osaka. I'll break down exactly how I booked this hotel and what a great deal I got on points. And one more thing, share this video with friends so that they too can plan an amazing stay. And if I can ask you for one more favor, please don't forget to hype this video. This option is only available in the first week and it really helps the channel out and gets this video to other people who are planning their trips to Japan. But for now, let's explore Osaka. After 3 flights, our long journey across the Pacific brings us to Osaka. Seeing Japan from my window doesn't feel real. Even though I've been here before, it's just a different feeling taking my family here. Normally, we travel with carry-ons only. Team no check bag always. But this time we had a reason because later in this trip, you will see that we are going skiing, which means we need gear. And even though checking a bag can be a bit of an issue and bothersome, one thing you can count on in Japan is the efficiency. After leaving the airport, we were able to get on a bus that would take us to a central train station, allowing us to take a taxi from there to our hotel. We are staying at the Caption Hotel here in Osaka, one of Hyatt's newest hotel and their only hotel here in Osaka, Japan. After getting checked in and dropping off our bags, we didn't want to walk far for dinner. Literally, just steps away from the hotel is a local spot called Munashi. I sincerely hope I'm saying that correctly. It serves a variety of dishes, and from what we could tell, they even offer a hot pot. One thing we immediately noticed was that it appears to be open 24 hours. And that's incredibly convenient if you're arriving late like us or waking up early thanks to jet lag. And yes, they accept major credit cards. This makes it easy for you to just land and not have to worry about exchanging cash right away. The food was simple and easy, and honestly, exactly what we needed after a long travel day. But before we call it a night, let me give you a quick tour of the lobby area. The Talk Shop by Hyatt Osaka is the hotel's all-day cafe. The menu includes casual dining fare with a local twist. Dishes like Osaka-style fish and chips, takoyaki. They also have things like sandwiches, salads, pizzas, and desserts like creme brulee. and that's definitely my favorite. The seating feels community oriented and cozy, with plenty of seating and even power outlets if you want to hang out and charge your laptop. The Talk Shop operates all day, serving breakfast to dinner in the evening. It's a quick and convenient option if you're checking in late or waking up early. This is super convenient, especially after a long travel day. Jet lag really doesn't care what time zone you're in, and I figured since I was up, might as well get a workout in. I was currently training for the Tokyo Marathon, and I figure since I'm up, might as well get a workout in. Apparently, I wasn't the only one feeling the jet lag. My son also joined me for a workout. The gym here is small, but efficient. You've got the basics like a treadmill, elliptical. I was even surprised to see a rower. There's also a decent selection of weights and some exercise balls, everything you need to get the job done. This gym can possibly hold 3 to 5 people at a time. It isn't the best hotel gym I've ever seen, but it's absolutely one where you can get the job done and kept me on schedule for marathon training. After our workout, we headed downstairs to breakfast. Breakfast is served at the Talk Shop and it's open to the public. The Talk Shop by Hyatt Osaka is the hotel's all-day cafe. It's a communal lounge as well as a casual dining space right on the first floor. A place not just to grab food, but also to work, relax, and hang out. It's designed to be more than a restaurant. It's almost like a local hub within the hotel where guests and locals mingle. The vibe is relaxed and inviting. Think like artisanal coffee and easy bites, a place where you can catch up on emails and chat with friends over a drink. Breakfast at the Talk Shop was included for us because of globalist status, which is a great perk. Each of us got to choose one of the breakfast sets. We all chose the egg sandwich, and it came with fried potatoes, a fresh salad, yogurt, and your choice of coffee, tea, or a juice. There were a couple of other options too. One was a bakery plate with lots of pastries, and the other was a Japanese style plate, which is perfect if you want to explore more of a local flavor. Without status, the breakfast here is usually around 600 to 800 yen, which isn't a bad deal for the location and the convenience. But being included made it even better. The Talk Shop is more than just a cafe. It's more like a cultural hangout spot, hosting things like creative workshops, open mic nights, pop-up installation, and even book clubs. These events reflect the energy and culture of the Namba neighborhood. Today was our first full day in Osaka, and we plan to do some exploring. Since we plan to hit a bunch of iconic spots in Osaka in one day, we picked up the Osaka Amazing Pass. It's a one-day sightseeing and transportation card for 3,500 yen, which is about 23 US dollars. With this pass, you get unlimited rides on the Osaka Metro, city buses, and participating rail lines, and entry to about 40 different attractions across the city. We slid down the famous Sutentaku slide. And even had an opportunity to jump off the tower itself.
Step!
Now be careful jumping off the tower so you don't end up like James.
You supposed to cross your arms. That hurt. Mommy, go!
It even gives you suggested routes on how to help you maximize your day, which I thought was super convenient. We used the pass to visit the Osaka Castle, the observation tower and slide, and even got to ride on a giant Ferris wheel. Depending on how many activities you plan to do, definitely check out the Osaka Amazing Pass and see if it makes sense for you. One of the most unique places we visited in Osaka was the Namba Yasaka Shrine. Students from all over Japan come to visit this shrine to pray for success on their entrance exam. The lion's head mouth is believed to swallow up bad luck and help students roar their way to achievement. This shrine is very peaceful and tucked away right in the heart of the city, in between traditional buildings, high rises, and even 7-Eleven stores. We also stopped at the viral ramen shop Ichiman Ramen, and the food there is worth the hype. Rich broth, perfectly chewy noodles, and the comforting warmth of this bowl of ramen after a long day of sightseeing really hits the spot. We ended the night by heading down to the Dotonbori River Walk. We took photos with the iconic Glico Running Man, which is one of Osaka's most recognizable landmarks. Definitely is a vibe. Now that we've explored Osaka, it's time to give you a full room tour. We're staying at the Caption Hotel in Osaka, Japan, and I want to give you a little room tour. We are in the King Room. From the moment you walk into the room, you notice the little details, which is very surprising for a hotel at this level. As soon as you walk in, you notice there are a lot of attention to detail in this room. This is a Category 1 hotel, so it's very surprising that they'd put this much effort into the hotel. On the hooks over here, you'll see a little Japanese detailing right there. As you come in, there's a full-length mirror. I feel like every hotel should have a full-length mirror. Directly in front of the mirror is the bathroom. Even though the room is pretty small, there's everything that you need. So here are some really cool things. This rack to hold your clothes is formed by a Japanese sword. In the hotel, they provide you with pajamas, and these were really, really comfortable. Now, you cannot take these home, but you can wear them while on your stay here. And there is even a little air and fabric freshener here. So you can spray it on your clothes, so you can smell a little fresh. Also in this cabinet is an iron and a safe to keep all your valuables. This is the beverage station. There is no water bottles in this room. You have to go outside to fill it up from the beverage station, and you can get hot or cold water. They provide you with teacups, lots of tea, and even coffee. Right below the beverage station is a refrigerator. It's big enough to hold snacks and drinks, perfect for traveling with the family. Here on this side, this is probably the smallest bed table I've ever seen. But you have this little clock, and I like this clock better than the other clocks because there's no light reflecting from this clock keeping you up at night. These lights turn off the lights on the foyer and the table over there, and I really like this lamp. It's adjustable, and I like the little detailings on the outside. And look at this phone. It's like the smallest phone ever. Now, the bed was pretty hard. It was really hard to sleep on this bed, but I got the job done. Same settings over here with the lights, and they left us little treats here. I don't know what these little treats are. We haven't tried them yet.
Were you recording?
This does not look very appealing. Uh-uh. Uh-uh. You try it.
Nope.
Okay. Tastes like sesame seed and whatnot, but it's not bad. It's just hard.
No, thank you.
Doesn't want to try it. There's also a little card here where you can order breakfast for pickup in the morning. We had breakfast downstairs in the lobby, and we had a view of the front of the hotel. This table was good for working. Enough space for your laptop, maybe even fit 2 laptops there. And this is a pretty busy street. You could hear some street noise at night, so if that's something that's going to bother you, you might want to put earplugs in. But we were able to hear the traffic passing by. But this is a great hotel. It's a category 1. I can't imagine that's going to stay a category 1 for much longer. The points price is between 3,500 to 6,500 points per night. We stayed here during peak nights, so it's 6,500 per night per room, and we had 2 rooms for 3 nights. If you are in Osaka, it's very close to 2 of the train stations, so I highly recommend staying here. It's a really nice hotel. It's great value for your money, and this is the only Hyatt hotel currently in Osaka. If you're planning a trip to Japan, I hope Osaka is on your to-do list. Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever been to Osaka? What are the things that you're planning to do there? Drop a comment below and let me know what's the first thing you do when you get there. Next up, we're heading north to Niseko, and this is something completely different. We're going skiing and we're staying at the stunning Park Hyatt Niseko Hanazono. The airport in Sapporo, and we just got picked up by a Park Hyatt Niseko bus driver, and we're the only ones on the bus. I know you might be wondering, why am I so excited about the bus? But just stay with me for a little bit. Very excited about this. 1, we get to go skiing and snowboarding, and 2, I've always wanted to go on this bus since I saw Sebi post about this bus.
I've been on a fair share of tour buses in my time, especially because my parents love those, but nothing really compares to this.
And the fact that we get to be the only ones on the bus, I'm even more excited. I can't wait to show you this bus. So this is the bus for 4 of us. This is our bus. Hello.
Hello. Welcome to Hokkaido.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Oh, this is a different bus.
What is it supposed to look like?
We just got picked up from the Sapporo airport and we're headed to Park Hyatt Niseko. One of the things I am most excited to see was the bus that came to pick you up. So I watched Sebi's video and they came and picked him up in this luxurious bus. And so I was very excited. When the gentleman picked us up at the airport, we were the only names on the bus. It was going to be all 4 of us in this luxurious bus. They picked us up. We have a really nice bus, but it's not the bus that I envisioned. Let me give you a little tour of this bus and tell you what I was expecting in the other bus. This bus does have seats that recline, so you could relax a little bit. Put the armrest down, put your seatbelt on. Now here you have a little tray table. It's not big enough for you to put your laptop, but there's a cup holder here. We have another drink holder right here. Somewhere you could hang like a handbag or a coat. And the bus is equipped with free Wi-Fi. Now, there are tons of rows in this bus. 1, 2, 3, maybe like 15 to 20 rows. So this bus can hold a lot of people. There's space up top for you to put a backpack, not enough for a small suitcase, and you have your own vents right here. The driver was nice enough to adjust the heat to our preference, so that was really nice. They told us that we're going to stop about an hour and a half into the drive to get some snacks before we take on the last hour and a half to get to the resort. All in all, pretty nice bus. It's very good that we're the only ones on the bus. I was hoping for the other bus, but it's a ride nevertheless. I will, though, very much express to the people at the front desk that I wish I had the other bus.
To go Niseko Hanazono, driving about 2 hours 30 minutes. Next 1 hour, 1 stop, break time. Safety drive, please safety belt.
Okay. Now, even though I was a little disappointed about the bus, I decided to focus on a ride up to Niseko. Now, the Park Hyatt, if you're a globalist, will cover 2 adults and 2 kids under 5 from the airport up to the hotel. However, we did have to pay for 2 spots for the kids, and that was about 1,300 yen, which works out to be about 70 to 80 US dollars. We are at our stop. Whew. Chilly. So we get some snacks, go to the restroom, and get back on the bus for the other hour and a half of the trip. I don't know what any of this food is. None of it even looks remotely recognizable. I mean, apart from the fruit and stuff, but like chips and yada. I don't know what this stuff is. No idea. We grabbed a few bags of chips, some tea, some water, and headed back on the bus and continued on our trip. By the time we got to the hotel, it was completely dark. Snow was falling even harder than it was before. It's almost like we drove straight into a snow globe. The lights from the hotel, glowing through the storm, made it feel like something out of a storybook. A true winter wonderland tucked in the mountains of Japan. And in that moment, I just knew the next few days were going to be special. After all, Niseko is known for having the heaviest snowfall in the world, and we were about to experience it firsthand.
Thank you. Good to have you here.
Check-in was quick and simple. The staff was professional and friendly, just like you'd expect at any Park Hyatt. They even gave us hot chocolate while we waited. Just a few minutes after check-in, we were escorted to a room 626, a 2-twin room that can hold up to 4 adults. In part 2 of this video, I'll show you our second room where we got upgraded to a suite. Make sure to subscribe and turn on your notifications so that you'll be the first to know when that video comes out.
And by scanning this QR code, you can access to like Taxi Go app, like an Uber, and like onsen, restaurant, and all that stuff.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And in here, if you have like a wet clothes, by pressing this heater button, this panel will heat up and it will dry your clothes overnight.
Perfect.
How about this privacy button? If you press this privacy, you won't hear the bell ring, and our staff cannot go into your room.
Okay.
So when you ask for like a room service, room cleaning, make sure to turn it off.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Of course. Well, let me know if you need any.
What's your name?
Yujiro.
Yujiro. Okay.
Yep.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. The hotel's management team was nice enough to send up some Hello. treats for us. There were things like energy bars, fruits, and items from their specialty bakery.
We have our card for our general manager.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now let me give you a quick video montage of our room. We're at the Park Hyatt Niseko, and we are staying in the 2-twin room. This room can hold up to 4 adults. We have 2 twin beds here, and then a bed along this gorgeous 12-foot window. Let me take you into the bathroom. Throughout the entire room, they have these little buttons here to turn on and off the lights. When they're illuminated, that means it's off, and then you press it to turn it on. So there are 2 bathrooms in this room, and we only found out about the second bathroom after the first day. So we were all rushing to use this one bathroom. So in the bathroom, there is a shower tub combination, and you have this blackout window. And you can soak in your tub and take in all the snow views there outside. there are double sinks. There's a TV in case you want to watch TV while getting ready. And the straw, you got all the little stuff like comb, toothbrush, shaving kits, and my favorite, Le Labo lotion. And we have a walk-in closet. When we got into our room, the suitcases were already here even before we got here. There's tons of space. I don't know if you can see this, but they wrap this hanger thing in leather so it doesn't make a lot of noise when you put the hangers on it. Shelves on the top on both sides. You can hang your coats in here. We have four carry-on suitcase, 2 check suitcase, and they fit. If you're doing laundry, you can put your dirty clothes in here. Got 2 robes. And then the water closet with the famous Japanese toilet. I mean, come on, doesn't get better than that. Our room key is also our ski locker key, and we decided to go to the ski shop downstairs so we could get fitted for all our gear for skiing tomorrow. The Park Hyatt Niseko has its own on-site ski rental shop. You can also purchase ski gear, and they do have special branded Park Hyatt Niseko jackets. You can get fitted for rental boots, skis, helmets, anything that you need for your day on the slopes. You can find it here. And the best part is you can charge it to your room so that you can earn additional Hyatt points. The staff is extremely friendly and knowledgeable, and what I love most about the staff is that they are from all over the world. People fly in from different countries just to work here at the Park Hyatt Niseko during the ski season. We did arrive on Christmas Eve, so the hotel had planned a fireworks show, and we arrived just in time to see the fireworks going on right over the slopes. And since we were super close to the North Pole, we had a special guest that stopped by. It doesn't get any better than this.
Oh, of course you've been good this year. You've been, oh my gosh, best one. Okay, go for it.
One last thing before we call it a night, we went to Baby Crusta, a pizza place near the hotel. The staff there was amazing, so we got there right before they were about to close the kitchen. They offered us all the pizza they had remaining, and they didn't even charge us for it. They let us sit in their restaurant, finish up the leftover pizzas, and didn't even kick us out, even though they were closing. Even though I love going skiing with my family, there's always a slight problem when you take kids to a ski location.
What if I grab a snow and throw it at you?
James, don't play with me. Stop that. Your hands. Don't do it. Do not do it.
Do it.
James, remember. James, I'm not playing with you. Stop. Okay. All right. Got it. If you know me, by now, you know no matter where in the world I am, the first thing I want to do is hit the gym. But this wasn't just any gym. This fitness center was more like a luxury spa, perfectly fitting for a high-end ski resort. They had everything I needed to stay on track for marathon training, a full weight area, Smith machine, and treadmill views that were unreal. Snow-covered mountains right in front of me. Just steps away was the indoor pool. It looked like something straight out of a travel magazine. lockers were impeccable. There was a steam room, sauna, and beautiful showers. This was definitely the kind of place that makes you want to work out on vacation. One of the things I was most excited for on this trip was the bus ride up to the resort. But the second thing was actually going skiing in Japan. We checked into ski school that morning and they asked us what level of skier were we. If they had a negative option, that would definitely be me. Right across from the ski shop is the ski lockers, and this is one of my favorite perks at the Park Hyatt Niseko. The lockers are included in your stay, and your room key doubles as a locker key. Since we had already been fitted for our gear the day before, the staff had everything waiting for us inside our lockers. Now here's a game changer. These ski lockers are heated. Warm ski boots on a freezing winter morning, that alone deserves 5 stars. Now let me just say, getting dressed for skiing should be an Olympic sport. The layers, the buckles, the helmets, the wobbling walk outside. This is the workout before the actual workout. But once we stepped outside, it was calm and quiet. The snow was falling softly. It was absolutely beautiful. And right outside the door, they even had air blowers, so you could clean off the snow from your boots and gear before heading back into the hotel. Our instructor was incredible. He was patient, encouraging, and somehow even calm when I looked like I was relearning everything from the start. He kept telling me, pizza, French fries, pizza, French fries. Even though this is my 3rd or 4th time skiing, it always seems like I'm starting from zero. Thanks to a little magic editing, I'm going to let this video make me look like I'm an advanced novice instead of a regular one. I was moving so slow that the camera couldn't even keep up with me. We had such an amazing day on the slopes, and honestly, paying for ski school was completely worth it. And here's something that might surprise you. Skiing outside of the US is often significantly more affordable than skiing at the major resorts back home. So if you love skiing, consider a trip to Japan or maybe anywhere outside of the US for more affordable options.
Oh, I have mercy on my soul.
Completed day 1, ski school. We made it. We made it. At the Park Hyatt Niseko, the experience really begins before you even step inside. When the guests arrive either by taxi or by shuttle, their luggage is quickly taken from them and the staff greets them with the type of warm hospitality that Japan is known for. As you walk into the hotel, the first thing that catches your eye is the incredible enclosed courtyard. In the warmer months, this space is filled with greenery, but during the winter, it becomes something a little different. Almost like a live-in art installation where you can watch the snow gently fall inside this quietly glass-framed space. It's almost as if the hotel is inviting you in and setting the tone for the rest of the property. Then the lobby opens up. The one thing you immediately notice is just how intentional the design feels. The space is massive, but the furniture is minimal. Off to the side, there's a cozy seating area centered around a fireplace that almost feels like someone's living room. After a long day of skiing, I can imagine that this spot is probably one of the best spots to just sit down, warm up, and just relax for a little while. But what really stops me in my tracks is the views. Early in the morning, the sun begins to rise right behind the mountain. And from the lobby, you get this incredible panoramic view of the slopes. It's one of those moments where honestly, you just have to stop and take it in. The check-in area sits towards the back of the lobby, and behind it is this stunning orange sculpture. We actually checked in the night before, and the staff here was incredibly welcoming. But I had to come back the next morning to experience this space in the daylight. Just across from the check-in desk is a small study area where guests can find information about the resorts. Here, you'll find maps of different ski slopes, restaurant guides, and schedules for the complimentary Hanazono shuttle buses. These will take you around the resort area. And if you know anything about Japan's punctuality and how seriously it's taken, you want to plan ahead and be at the stops 5 minutes before what's listed on the schedule. No matter where you stand in the lobby, the hotel really makes the mountains the star of the show. Watching the skiers make their way down the slopes in the early morning while the sun rises over the mountain is the kind of view that really makes this place feel special. One thing I quickly learned about the Park Hyatt Niseko is that this hotel loves turning spaces into unique experiences. Just outside the main lobby area sits a small chapel. It's usually used for private ceremonies and special events. The chapel itself is designed to bring natural light and views of the surrounding mountains. During our stay, the space had been transformed into something completely different. There was a special pop-up installation featuring Johnny Walker and its iconic Johnny Walker Blue Label whiskey. This display was like a small gallery dedicated to the brand, showcasing the bottles and telling the story behind one of the most well-known whiskeys in the world. And speaking of whiskeys, that theme actually continues throughout the hotel. Behind the lobby area is a special bar and lounge, and it's one of the main nighttime spots within the resort. This bar focuses heavily on premium spirits, especially whiskeys. Guests can choose from a wide selection of Japanese whiskeys, international labels, and even Hokkaido microbrews and signature cocktails created by the hotel's mixologists. The cocktail menu features drinks that have been inspired by the surrounding area. For those guests who enjoy cigars, the bar also has a dedicated cigar lounge, a cozy, intimate space with premium cigars from around the world. It's designed to make it feel like a private hideaway where you could just sit back, enjoy your cigars, and a good glass of whiskey after a long day on the slopes. It's clear that this hotel isn't just about skiing. It's also about creating a full luxury resort experience once you come off the mountain. Breakfast at the Park Hyatt Niseko isn't just a buffet. It's more like a full culinary experience. The breakfast area is spread across several connecting rooms surrounding the bar and lounge. Each space has its own style and decor. Some rooms feel like intimate dining spaces, while others open up towards the windows and take in the amazing views of the mountains. Even though this isn't the space for the bar and lounge area, the atmosphere in the morning feels more like luxury casual and clearly designed with the high-end resort crowd in mind. The variety here is honestly incredible. You'll find everything from Western breakfast staples to Japan and Asian specialties, all beautifully presented and constantly refreshed and refilled. I tried to grab a little bit of everything, but honestly, there was no way to sample everything in one sitting. I really like the section with the Asian breakfast station. You'll find dishes here that you'll only find traveling through Asia. Things like traditional breakfasts from Japan, rice dishes, miso soups, fresh fish, and a variety of local specialties. If you enjoy Asian cuisine, this is definitely the section you want to spend most of your time exploring. Since we were visiting during the holidays, the hotel also set up Christmas decorations around the breakfast area. This included gingerbread houses and festive displays that really added a nice seasonal touch. Another highlight was the hotel's specialty bakery. In addition to the pastries they served at breakfast, they also had a bakery counter where guests could purchase fresh breads and treats to take with them throughout the day. Our second morning, we had breakfast at the Italian restaurant. The entire family joined us that morning, and once again, the hotel made sure the seating took full advantage of the mountain views. It's pretty clear that when you eat at this hotel, the scenery is always part of the experience. Now, breakfast was covered for 2 adults since we have globalist status, But if you were to pay for breakfast, it usually costs around 30 to 40 US dollars. And in our case, the breakfast was included for 2 adults with our stay, but we had to pay extra for the 2 kids. Considering the quality and the huge selection, and the fact that you're way up in the mountains, honestly, this breakfast might be worth it. After breakfast, we decided to head back to the slopes for our second day of skiing. And let's just say it got a little more interesting. While James and Nyla had an interesting day on the slopes,
That was tiring.
Watch out there.
mine was a little terrifying. I would say life altering at some point.
Going down the red. That.
Hey, how are
Going
you?
down the red and the powder snow is not easy.
The boots. That is a little harder.
So bad. So bad.
Good time, less.
So bad.
How did you go up?
3, 4. We did 2 of the like going to the middle, and then 2 going to the red.
Think about it. I'm the best. I'm the best at both. In the family.
No, you're not. I've got 2 more.
You want a lollipop?
For our final 2 nights, the staff here was kind enough to upgrade us to their suites. If you haven't seen the first video, go back and check it out. That'd be a great introduction to the Park Hyatt Niseko. I'm going to give you a full tour of the King Suite here at this incredible ski resort. One of the things I love most about this room is the light. The large windows bring in so much natural light, and just outside, there's like a small back patio, which makes this space a great place for families to hang out. We actually spent some time here playing a few board games and cards that the hotel had left in the room, which I think is a really nice touch. It's almost like you have to have a calculus degree to figure out exactly what is the right combination of buttons to get all the lights to turn off at night. I have never seen a bathroom this big, and to top it off, a heated Japanese toilet. Between the massive bedroom and this gigantic bathroom, this is probably one of my favorite rooms at a Hyatt hotel. Now, did I mention these gigantic windows on the patio? And just sitting here watching the snow come down made this vacation worth all the hassle and the points spent here. We spent 45,000 points per night to stay here at the Park Hyatt Niseko, and it was definitely worth it because at this resort, you can fit 4 adults in one room. Now, many hotels of this caliber are probably about the same price point, but they would usually only allow 2 adults in the room. So I would say for the amount of people that can stay here and the number of points used, this was definitely a bargain. I earned these points from my Chase business card and transferred them directly to Hyatt to book these rooms. If you're interested in applying for a card like this, I will leave a link in the description because you too deserve a winter wonderland vacation. Using my links to apply for credit cards does help this channel, and thank you for your continued support. On our last day in Niseko, rather than take the hotel shuttle bus, we opted to take a taxi to the bus station. There is a bus that meets at a central location that will take you to the airport, and it's much cheaper than taking the hotel shuttle. The hotel arranged a taxi to take us to the bus location, and this taxi, I would call this a luxury minivan. This was the type of luxury car I was expecting to pick us up at the airport, but more in a bus style. This car was equipped with Wi-Fi, and I thought that this was the final bit of luxury that we were going to enjoy from the Park Hyatt Niseko. This mountain town here in Japan is really quite beautiful, and I hope that one day I could come back to visit. The bus station was pretty crowded with a lot of tourists, but it was warm and cozy, and we didn't have to wait long for our bus to arrive. It's about a 2.5 hour bus ride back to the airport, and we are headed to Kyoto. I'm going to give you a tour of the Hyatt Place Kyoto, take you around the city of Kyoto, and give you a little glimpse as to what it's like to stay at one of the best hotels in the world, the Park Hyatt Kyoto. From a $1,200 a night ski resort to one of the cheaper Hyatts in Japan, we were staying at one of the most incredible ski resorts in the world. But what happens when you leave all of that luxury behind and try to explore Japan using far fewer points? That's exactly what we're doing today. Because in Kyoto, we checked into the Hyatt Place Kyoto, a much more budget-friendly option. But here's the twist. We're also going to be staying at the Park Hyatt Kyoto, one of the most luxurious Hyatt properties anywhere in the world. So today, we're starting off on the more points-friendly side of Kyoto, and I'm taking you with us as we explore the city, from the Hyatt Place Kyoto to bamboo forests to monkey parks and to the thousands of torii gates. One of the first things that stands out to me about this Hyatt is the location. It's literally next to a subway station with an entrance almost directly connected to the hotel, making it incredibly easy to explore the entire city. If you're planning on visiting Kyoto's historic areas, including the famous Gion district, that's where you can find the Park Hyatt Kyoto. It's only about 3 to 4 kilometers away. For someone like me, that's a quick 20 to 30 minute jog or a 15-minute car ride. But what surprised me was the lobby. I really like the lobby for this hotel because when you hear Hyatt Place, you're probably picturing a fairly simple hotel. But this space feels completely different. The lobby is wide, open, with lots of natural light and plenty of communal sitting spaces. There are large tables if you want to get some work done, comfortable lounge areas, and even small sections where families could sit down and organize their itinerary for the day before heading out to explore Kyoto. It feels more like a mini Hyatt Regency than your typical Hyatt Place. Another thing I noticed about Japan is that the hotels provide extra amenities right at the check-in desk. Here you'll find things like hairbrushes, face lotions, face washes, and even other skincare items that you can grab before heading up to your room. It's just a small touch, but it's one of those details that makes traveling here feel easy. And while this day is all about exploring Kyoto from a points-friendly hotel, we're also going to step into the completely opposite end of the spectrum. We're going to be visiting the ultra-luxury Park Hyatt Kyoto. But first, let me continue to give you a tour of the Hyatt Place Kyoto. If you're liking travel content like this, don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on your notification so that when the next video comes out, you'll be the first to know. Just off the lobby, there's also a communal laundry area, which is really convenient if you're traveling for a while. To use these machines, you need to grab coins from the front desk, but once you have them, it's pretty easy to do a quick load of laundry. The only downside is that everyone in the hotel is trying to use the same machines, so it can get quite busy. It's definitely convenient, but you might want to plan ahead if you need to use it. Right next to the laundry room, you'll also find the hotel gym. It really has everything you needed for a stay like this. There were 2 treadmills, other cardio machines, dumbbells, and even a cable machine. So you can definitely get in a solid workout while traveling. Right next to the check-in area between the gym and the laundry room, there is a small bar and marketplace. You can grab refreshments, snacks, alcoholic drinks, and even gourmet popsicles with a fun twist. There's also a communal microwave and a small seating area, making it a great spot to hang out and unwind after a long day of exploring Kyoto. We had 2 rooms on the 6th floor next to each other. One was a king bed, the other was two twin beds. Now, one thing you need to know about hotels in Japan is that they tend to be smaller than you expected, and the rooms here at the Hyatt Place Kyoto are no exception. But for a short stay, the space was definitely still functional. There were charging outlets conveniently located by the bedside and a few snacks in the room for us. Now, even though we're staying at a more budget-friendly hotel here in Japan, the Hyatt Place still offers full functioning Japanese toilets with heated seats. And this is something you quickly start to appreciate while traveling in Japan. Now, the best part about this stay is how we actually booked it. I transferred Chase points to Hyatt, and the standard rate here ranges between 6,500 and 9,500 points. For our stay, we paid 9,500 points per room, which I really think is a solid value for staying in Kyoto. After dropping off our bags at the hotel, we headed out to start exploring the city. Our first stop was the Harashiyama Monkey Park. We heard so much about it and definitely wanted to see it for ourselves. We grabbed a quick taxi over, and one thing you need to know before you go, this park is cash only, so make sure to bring some yen with you. Admission is pretty affordable, 600 yen for adults and 300 for kids. And if you like animals, getting to see wild monkeys up close is definitely worth it.
We just left Kyoto and we're at, I think I'm saying this right, Arashima Monkey Park. Whew, almost out of breath. We are walking up the hill / mountain. It's about a 20-minute walk from the bottom up to the top to see the monkeys. It is a pretty steep walk. If you're coming in here, don't bring any food. There's water at the bottom. You can buy from the vending machines. But be prepared. This is a workout. I'm sure it's much more fun heading down. But going up, you're gonna need your strength. I had to take my hat off. It's so hot. We're about a quarter of the way. I hope these monkeys are worth it. Take note of these monkey expression. You don't want to mess around and get the wrong one. Okay, update. I had to take the jacket off, the hat off. I don't know how it's 40 degrees and I'm sweating. Dress appropriately. Dress in layers because it will be hot and cold at the same time.
Halfway up, there is a rest stop and play area, which is great if you're traveling with kids.
We got our first monkey sighting.
One thing you need to know about this monkey park is that the monkeys are allowed to roam freely, so you need to follow the rules. You're not allowed to bring any food in the open because this can cause the monkeys to approach you. But if you want to feed them, there is a designated building. From there, you can feed the monkeys through the small openings in the window, which is such a unique experience. The food costs about 100 yen, which is usually just something like some cut up bananas, and really getting to feed the monkeys was one of the highlights of this trip.
We just finished up at the Arashima Monkey Park. It was about 600 yen to enter. Definitely worth it. Spend the extra 100 yen to get the food to feed the monkeys. That was a pretty cool experience. If you are in Kyoto, plan some time to do this activity. You won't regret it. It's totally worth it.
After feeding the monkeys at the park, we were ready for lunch. So we walked down into the city to see what our options were. Now, I had heard about the crowds in Kyoto, but seeing it in person is honestly pretty shocking. The streets were completely packed with tourists. And eventually, we found a food hall with several different vendors. This is great when traveling with families because everyone can pick what they want to eat. And the good news is, most of the vendors accepted credit cards. Next, we went to visit the famous bamboo forest. And just like the rest of Kyoto, it was very crowded. So if you're hoping to get those quiet Instagram photos, I would highly advise you to come early in the morning. After walking around and all of that, we decided to call it a night after a long day of traveling.
Morning from Kyoto. It's a few minutes before 7 and I got up really early this morning to go see the torii gates. Hopefully I can get there before the crowds. It's gonna take me about half an hour to get there and I'll give you a little tour once I make it to the torii gate.
I decided to start the morning off really early and headed out to the Fushimi Inari Park. This is a famous shrine known for thousands of red torii gates. I wanted to get there before the crowds, so I left my hotel while everyone was still sleeping. When you're traveling with a family, I have learned it's really important to build an itinerary where everyone gets to choose something they want to do. This also gives people the option to opt in and opt out. Not everyone wants to do the same thing, especially when you're traveling with teenagers. So giving people the flexibility can make the trip more enjoyable for everyone.
I made it to the torii gate. I had to take a little bit of a detour because I got on the wrong train, missed my stop. But the people at the train station were very helpful, got on the right train, and now we're here.
It was such a cool experience watching a monk actually walk through the torii gates. About halfway up, you can find a small stall. You'll find souvenirs, refreshments, and light snacks. There is also a small temple if visitors would like to pray.
So whether you're here for the cultural or spiritual experience, the torii gates of Kyoto is a must-do to experience the magic of this wonderful city. If you are going to visit the torii gates in Kyoto, make sure to come early. Skip breakfast and eat after you left here. It is now 9 o'clock and the place is extremely crowded compared to when I started at 7 a.m. There's a train station right across the street and the trains start running before 6 a.m. Yes. Want to make it back for breakfast on time, so I grabbed an Uber instead of taking the train.
After exploring the shrines, I headed back to the hotel just in time for breakfast right before it ends at 10 a.m. Since we have globalist status, breakfast was included for us in the first room, and I used a guest of honor certificate to get breakfast for the kids. I love that the breakfast offers a buffet option that caters to both Western tastes and Asian flavors. This makes it great so that everyone can get exactly what they want. After breakfast, we packed up our bags and checked out of the Hyatt Place Kyoto because our next stop was something completely different. We grabbed the taxi and headed across the city, and I could feel the anticipation building because next we're checking into the Park Hyatt Kyoto. This hotel has received incredible recognition in the travel world. It has been featured by Condé Nast Traveler, and it was even ranked in the list of 50 best hotels in the world in 2024. And the crazy part, we're about to stay here without paying cash. I'm going to show you how incredible this property is and tell you whether the Park Hyatt Kyoto is actually worth the points or the thousands of dollars it can cost per night. One year ago, I started this YouTube channel to show families how to travel better for less. And today, we are at one of the most exclusive hotels in the world. This is the Park Hyatt Kyoto, consistently ranked among the best hotels in the world and one of the hardest Hyatt redemptions to book. But here's the problem. Hyatt's pricing structure is about to change really soon. So the real question is, should you book this hotel now before it potentially costs way more points? I'm taking you inside our stay and what it's like to stay at the Park Hyatt Kyoto as a family. The Park Hyatt Kyoto is located in the traditional Gion district. It is surrounded by pristine streets, traditional wood townhouses, and serene temples. This hotel is the perfect mix between modern and traditional. We had just left the Hyatt Place Kyoto, where we also showed you some must-do activities that you have to add to your Kyoto itinerary. We have officially arrived at the Park Hyatt Kyoto, and the experience starts immediately. As soon as we pull up, the staff was already outside waiting for us. Now keep in mind, this was December, and it's cold, and we didn't even call ahead for our arrival time. So I'm thinking they have been standing out here waiting for guests all day, because that type of service is already next level.
Thank you.
Walking in, the entrance feels like something straight out of a classic Japanese film. Traditional, serene, and exactly what you imagine when you think of Kyoto. Instead of the typical front desk check-in, they guided us to a large communal table, almost like we're sitting down in someone's home. But before we even got to the formalities, they brought us refreshments and light snacks. Nella ordered the hot chocolate, and this wasn't your typical hot chocolate. They brought out some warm milk with a chocolate cube on a spoon. She could mix it herself, and this was such a small detail, but such a memorable one. James went for a glass of red wine. Little James, he kept it simple with a glass of ginger ale. But for me, I had to celebrate the moment with a glass of champagne. Because let's be real, this was an achievement. Check-in itself was quick and seamless, but our room wasn't ready yet. So we did what absolutely anyone would do in Kyoto. We headed out to explore the Gion district. The Park Hyatt is located in the heart of Kyoto's most historic and traditional area, the Gion district. This place is what people imagine when they think of Japan. And the Gion district is one of Kyoto's most famous geisha districts. Now I have to warn you, it is packed with tourists, just like we showed you in the previous video. This area definitely feels like it's suffering from the effect of over-tourism, especially around midday. Our first stop was for a quick snack. We found an apple pie spot and had to try it. I'm not gonna lie, it was really good. After that, we made our way up the hill to one of Kyoto's most iconic temples. This temple sits high up on the hillside and gives you some of the most incredible views overlooking the entire city. It was actually built over 1200 years ago and is one of the most famous temples in Japan. We took our time walking through the area just to let it all soak in. No trip to the Gion district is complete without visiting one of the most unique Starbucks in the world. This Starbucks is located inside a 100-year-old traditional Japanese home. They have a special menu that is catered towards this location, and if you decide to eat upstairs, you're gonna have to take your shoes off to sit on the traditional Japanese mats. Right before sunset, we caught one of the most iconic views in Kyoto, the famous Yakaza Pagoda. This was golden hour and it was absolutely unreal. After watching the sunset, we made our way back to the hotel and our room was ready. Made our way back to the Park Hyatt Kyoto and I really got to take a look at the entryway. The entry doesn't feel like your typical hotel lobby. It feels like you're stepping into a luxury Chinese home. Warm lighting, natural woods, and this calm, almost quiet energy that immediately slows you down. And just off the main area is what they call the living room, which is really the heart of the hotel. This space transforms throughout the day, but in the evening, it turns into something special. For Globalist members and guests staying in suites, the hotel offers an exclusive happy hour experience. And yes, it definitely includes drinks. This happy hour typically happens around 5 to 6 p.m. You might hear soft music and traditional Japanese instruments being played. Things like the violin, the guitar, and even a cello just subtly playing in the background while people sit around and reminisce about their day in Kyoto. It's not loud, it's not crowded, it's just elevated. This is just one of those moments where you sit back, take it all in, and realize this is what the Park Hyatt does so well. Now, this is different for me because I'm more of the on the go type of person. But this environment forces you to slow down, forces you to be more intentional. The Park Hyatt Kyoto is made up of multiple small structures, almost like a collection of private residences, all connected by these quiet, winding pathways. At night, those pathways are softly lit by lanterns, and it creates a peaceful, almost cinematic atmosphere as you walk through the property. On my way to the gym, I even caught a glimpse of the Osaka Pagoda glowing in the background. And at night, it's absolutely stunning. Now, the gym isn't your typical hotel gym. It's thoughtfully divided into different spaces. One of the rooms is dedicated to cardio, another for weights, one for stretching, and there's even a more secluded area further back that gives you a really private feeling. But beyond the gym, there were things that were even more special. The bathhouse. This is something that the Park Hyatt Kyoto is well known for. This features a traditional Japanese onsen with deep soaking hot tubs designed for relaxation and recovery. Before entering, there is a cleansing area, one where you rinse off. And this is an important part of the ritual in the Japanese bathing culture. From there, you can move between the hot tubs and also enjoy the sauna and the steam room. There are full locker facilities as well, making it easy to unwind and take your time. It's calm, it's intentional, and it feels like a true cultural experience, not just a hotel amenity. I'm really glad I had a chance to check it out, especially before heading to my workout the next day. Welcome to the Park Hyatt Kyoto. As soon as you walk in, you want to take your shoes off, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4 closets on the entryway. In this closet, put your laundry and your luggage. There's a complimentary shoe shine. These are like Japanese robes. Lots of storage for you to put your things. And here you have safe. That's where I hid the food, iron, and the best slippers in any hotel. And you can take these home with you. On this side, you have the iron board, more storage, and this last closet, just more storage. Over here you have the liquor cabinet. You see how the light just comes on? They automatically fill the tea kettle with water for you even before you get here. So if you want to make tea, it's already filled. And then you close it, light goes off. The refrigerator is on here. There is not a lot of space to store stuff, but on this side, you have wine and champagne glasses. Throughout the room, you'll see a lot of details with gold, and these light fixtures are throughout the entire hotel. And this is the twin room. Nyla and James were staying in here, and they have a beautiful view of the wall. All right, on this side over here, you have a little door that opens up just a tiny bit to get you some fresh air from outside. And don't worry about the bugs because there's a screen right here. I don't think one person can fit on this couch, and you have this reading lamp. Dining table. When we came, they gave us fresh strawberries. The Ice bucket was already filled with ice, and they left us a little note. In the different rooms, they have different little reading nooks and books. I like the uplighting on this picture. I don't know, you don't really need this for anything, but this is just like artistic space. We have double sinks. There's always water in the bathroom, Le Labo products, and lots of towels. Oh, what's unique about this hotel? So they leave you this list of things that you can take, that's complimentary, and things that you can borrow or purchase. So you can get things like deodorant, sanitizer, a heat pack, a lint roller. You can even get nail clippers. And I highly advise you get the skin care set. That's really good. But they list things that you shouldn't take that I assume people know not to take, like fitness wear, the desk lamp, flat iron, the bathrobes. All of these things you can take, but they will charge you for it. All right, in this little box over here has all of the things that you might need: toothbrush, toothpaste, comb, shaving kit, all of that nicely tucked away. You get 2 very comfy bathrobes, a really big wet room with a shower and tub combination, and Le Labo products. Again, shampoo, conditioner, and body wash. And lastly, the amazing Japanese toilet. Heated seats, pressurized wash. No explanation needed. And that's it. That is the twin room at the Park Hyatt Kyoto. So one of the things I love about the Park Hyatt Kyoto is that in the midst of all the craziness that is the tourists and everything visiting the Gion district, that this is a place of serenity. You come back to your hotel and it's like you shut off all the noise of the outside. The gardens provide this peaceful escape from the hustle and bustle of outside. And even though I'm a budget traveler, it's really hard to put a price on that. I think it really is more impactful to me, especially during this winter vacation where it's very cold. So after touring the streets and coming back here and it's nice and warm and quiet outside of everything that is Japan, it feels like home. Actually, not really home because my home's kind of crazy, but I don't know, it's just an escape. I'm sitting here just looking at the people on the street and everyone's just busy. And I'm in this area, as you can see here, it's like a little sitting area, library. Even though the hotel is at capacity, there is no one here. I am the only one here talking. Everyone's either out or in their room or in separate places in the hotel. So if you're looking for the perfect dichotomy between crazy busy and relaxing, this might be the place for you. All right, let's talk about the breakfast because this is a big one. At Hyatt Hotels, Globalist members get complimentary breakfast. And if you had to pay out of pocket at this hotel, breakfast was around 6,000 yen. This is roughly between 40 and 50 US dollars. So yeah, I had high expectations. You've got 2 options here. One was the more traditional Western style breakfast with a few options available for a la carte dining. You can also upgrade to the Japanese breakfast experience for an additional charge. And let me tell you, day 1, the breakfast was like, wow. Everything just hit. The variety, the quality, the presentation. It felt exactly like what I expected from a Park Hyatt. But the standout for me was the homemade matcha granola. Listen, it was so good. I'm not even kidding. I wanted to pack it up and take it home with me. The fruit was exceptionally fresh. They had elevated items like tiger prawns, and you could also order things from the a la carte menu. From the a la carte menu, I ordered eggs Benedict, and yes, I like my yolk cooked well done. And I already know, don't come for me in the comments, but it was cooked exactly the way that I liked it. The kids ordered the French toast and they thought it was amazing. One of the best things? Our table. We were sitting next to the window overlooking the streets of the Gyeon district, just people watching while enjoying our breakfast. Day two of breakfast, on the other hand, something changed. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was the menu, the ingredients, or just the overall execution. I'm just going to be honest with you, it was borderline disappointing. And at that price point, if I had to pay out of pocket, I don't think I would have been satisfied. So while breakfast can be amazing here, it might not be consistent. And that's definitely something you want to keep in mind if you're thinking about booking this hotel. So I'm not sure if you can see it, but if you notice, there are a few pomegranates on the trees out here, and I wouldn't be surprised if these are the pomegranates that we saw at breakfast. Also, just a little dose of reality. At first, when I saw the pictures of the Japanese garden, I was like, I'm not that impressed. But actually seeing it in person, I don't know, it just has this calming sense of nature that is really growing on me. I'm not sure if anyone else feels that way. Let's talk about what this stay actually costs, because this is where points and miles really comes into play. We didn't pay cash for this, we used points. At the time of booking, rooms at the Park Hyatt Kyoto were going for 45,000 points a night. We booked 2 rooms for 2 nights, which brought our total to 180,000 points. To be honest, this was a huge redemption. But here's how we did it. I transferred points from Chase to the World of Hyatt, so 1,000 Chase points equals 1,000 Hyatt points. Now, when you look at the cash price, this could easily be over $1,000 a night. You can see how valuable these points can be. But at the same time, you are using a lot of points for just one stay. So the real question becomes, is it worth it? My first impressions at the Park Hyatt Kyoto? Absolutely breathtaking. But was it worth all the points that I spent? Now, when planning a family trip to Kyoto, I was a bit cautious about booking this hotel because it requires a lot of points. We're booking 2 nights for 2 rooms, and I was a bit apprehensive at first. But I'm happy to report after staying here for 2 nights, I will definitely say it was worth it for a once-in-a-lifetime experience. So I want to give you my take on this hotel. Now, I have to let you know where my frame of mind is. I am a value-driven customer. While experiences mean a great deal to me, I would rather get more bang for my buck. And when I'm paying 45,000 points a night, I am expecting top quality service. This hotel definitely has a history and has won many awards for its customer service. But at 45,000 points a night per room, when you have to get 2 rooms, for me, this is a hard pill to swallow. Now remember, I just stayed at the Hyatt Place Kyoto, paying about 10,000 points per night. And the service there was, I don't know, I know you're going to come for me in the comments again, but was almost the same. While they're not waiting outside for me in the cold until I appear there, anytime I had a request, it was fulfilled within minutes. The people made conversation, they asked about my family, they even provided the kids with special cookies. Now, when I'm paying 45,000 points a night, that's expected. But at paying 10,000 points a night, I really don't expect these people to remember my name or to give my kids extra treats just because it's their first time in Kyoto. And that is what I got from the Hyatt Place. Don't get me wrong, this hotel is luxurious and it's been written about in many magazines. You have to decide what's best for you. But again, as a value-driven customer, I am glad I did it. But when the prices go up to probably about 50 to 75,000 points a night, I'm not sure I would even consider staying here. But for me, it's not worth it at all. I'd rather spend my points on multiple hotel stays than to spend my points at one luxury stay. Again, I'd love to know what you think. Let me know if you think this is worth the points. Will you be staying here at 45,000 points a night? Or Would you consider it if the price goes up? Tokyo is everything you imagined. Busy, vibrant, and unforgettable. But what I didn't expect is finding such an amazing hotel for our family. After traveling through Osaka, Kyoto, and Niseko, we are ending our family trip here, and this stay completely surprised us. I'm taking you inside this hotel, and I think it is the best value for families in Tokyo. I'm also going to show you some must-do experiences in the city and show you how to plan your trip to Japan properly, because most people aren't doing it correctly, because how you structure your trip definitely makes the difference. Welcome to the Hyatt House Shibuya, located just steps away from the Shibuya station and right down the street from the famous Shibuya crossing. This is one of Hyatt's newest properties in Tokyo. Getting to the Hyatt House from the Shibuya station was way more confusing than it should have been. Let me save you the time and the headache and tell you how best to get there. First things first, if you're coming from the Shibuya station, the directions online can be a little misleading. We followed them and we still got turned around. So here's what you need to know. The hotel is tucked inside what's more like an office complex, not what you'd expect at all. You want to exit the station at the new South Gate exit. Make a right at the exit and walk towards the plaza. Turn left and the train track should be on your left-hand side. Look for the pink staircase and the hotel entrance is directly across from there. We arrived at night and the entrance didn't really feel like a hotel entrance. There is no one immediately greeting you at the door, but don't panic. There are clear signs directing you upstairs. Once you get upstairs, the experience is a little different. Check-in is on one of the upper floors. And from here, the staff was super friendly and welcoming. We checked in pretty quickly. The staff was very helpful. They gave us some suggestions for getting a late night meal. We were checked in under 20 minutes. We're staying in room 1005, a one-bedroom suite. And this is where the hotel really stands out. The one thing that I love about the Hyatt House brands is that it's designated for extended stays, which means you're getting way more space than your typical hotel. And before we go any further, if you like travel content like this, don't forget to hit like and subscribe and turn on your notifications so that when we release a new video, you'll be the first to know. Okay, back to the room. In Tokyo, hotel rooms are usually very small. Space is everything, and to have a space like this is definitely a benefit, especially with two teenagers. You have a full living space and a kitchen with a dishwasher, refrigerator, and a stovetop. And I think we're actually going to be really comfortable here. This is probably one of the best setup for families in Tokyo. The best part is you can actually book directly into a suite. No upgrade needed, which is usually very rare. As soon as you walk in, I knew this was different. I noticed that the bedroom was a fully separated bedroom with its own door. And with two teens traveling with us, this is a game changer. Honestly, even by US standards, this feels really big. But for Tokyo, this is huge. And I love little details. They've already installed a universal adapter right inside the desk. I think this is going the extra mile, especially coming to Tokyo. You have people traveling all over the world, so this is an added bonus. And the front desk made sure they went ahead and glued this in so you wouldn't accidentally take it with you. It's these small things that I think make the difference when traveling internationally. The color palette in the room also makes it feel even bigger. But what I really love is a splash of yellow. You know your girl loves a yellow. To have this hint of color right here in the room really brightened my day. The blinds and the shears are fully controlled by the bedside, which is super convenient. And this clock, I love it because there's no harsh light. It's subtle, clean, and it doesn't disturb your sleep. Now let's look at the closet. This closet is probably bigger than my entire room the first time I visited Japan. If you want to see my first solo trip to Japan, leave a comment below and I'll make that video for you. The bathroom has a semi-separated layout, which is perfect for families. There is a large tub and shower combo in its own enclosed space. Then there is a separate sink area outside, so someone can be showering while someone else is getting ready. And the highlight of this entire room is a full washer and dryer right inside the room. And after traveling for 2 weeks, this is everything. They even provide you with laundry supplies at the front desk, so they've got you completely covered. Now, I have to tell you, this washing machine and dryer does make a loud noise when it's drying, and it does take forever to dry. So, pack a pound of patience, but the convenience of having a washer and dryer inside your room definitely outweighs the inconvenience. The space, the layout, the in-room laundry, this is what makes the Hyatt House Shibuya one of the best options for families in Tokyo. Not to mention the price. The points price at this hotel is a little bit less than the Hyatt Regency, and this is giving you the additional benefit of the space and the in-room laundry. Before heading to breakfast, I had to check out the gym, and this one didn't disappoint. It had all your essentials: treadmills, weights, and for me, that's more than enough to stay on track even while traveling. This was probably one of the most unique breakfast experiences I've ever had. They were doing some kind of live demonstration where they were pounding something. I had no idea what was going on at first, but then it turns out this is a traditional Japanese ceremony, and they are pounding rice to make mochi, and this usually happens around the new year. Mochi is a sweet rice cake, and the whole process is actually a celebration that symbolizes good fortune and prosperity for the upcoming year. And what I love most is that they weren't just showing it to you, they were inviting guests to participate. And let me tell you, it's harder than it looks. This was such a fun, hands-on way to experience the culture rather than just watching it. And it's moments like this that makes these stays memorable. Not just when you're staying somewhere, but when you're actually experiencing the destination. Now let's talk about the breakfast, because this is where the Hyatt House Shibuya stay really adds value. Breakfast is actually included for 4 of us thanks to Global Status, and yes, this is at no extra charge. And when you're traveling with the family, those things can really add up fast. The breakfast is served on one of the high floors, so you really get great views of all around Tokyo while you eat. I think this is a great way to start the day. They had a mix of Western options and traditional Japanese dishes, things like rice and seafood. But honestly, the breakfast, there wasn't anything that really stood out. But the convenience is really where it shines. When you're traveling with people and everyone has a different taste, having everything in one place makes the morning so much easier, and it's way more efficient to get everyone organized before heading out to explore. And speaking of convenience, there's something right outside the breakfast area you all want to know about. There is a small market area, and you can grab things like snacks and souvenirs, and it's perfect for picking up things right before you head out. Next to the market area is the pool. To access the pool, you need to get a key from the front desk, and you go through the locker rooms. They've got lockers, showers, towels, and even a machine to dry your swimsuit, which I think is a really nice touch. But wait, the pool itself. It's an indoor pool with floor-to-ceiling windows that makes you feel like you're right outside, but with a relaxing vibe. Since we're here during Christmas, the fact that it was heated was even better. Trust me, after walking 15,000 step explore in Tokyo, this pool and hot tub is really gonna hit different. This is really the perfect way to recharge after a long day in Tokyo. Now, as promised, I'm going to show you some must-do experiences in Tokyo. Number 1 on our list must be the family monkey car experience. Here's what you need to know. You need to have an international driver's license if you want to drive yourself. For us in Florida, I was able to get ours from the AAA office. It's valid for 1 year, and it costs $20. You just need to take a passport photo. If someone in your group doesn't have a license, don't worry. They can be provided a driver and your family member can ride shotgun. And even the little ones who don't drive can still participate because this is completely family friendly. When we went, it was pretty cold, so make sure to dress appropriately. They offer different route options depending on what you want to experience. One of my favorite parts is that you get to pick costumes for your ride, which makes this entire experience unique and fun for kids and adults alike. Trust me, this is the kind of hands-on, quirky Tokyo activity that you really can't get anywhere else in the world. Now, after this, we still have a few more things you must add to your itinerary when in Tokyo. Number 2, you need to check out Team Labs. Team Labs Borderless is unlike anything else in Tokyo. Here's a travel tip. If you buy your tickets directly from their website, you can change your time slot up to 24 hours before. However, if you buy from a reseller or a third party, you can't change your time. It's locked in, so plan accordingly. Team Labs is not your typical museum. It's a total sensory experience where you get to walk through water, there's interactive light exhibits, and the art is constantly changing. Here's what I love most. It's perfect for families with all ages of kids. The younger ones can explore and touch and interact, and the older ones can get to be kids at heart and touch and feel everything that's in the museum. Because there is a water installation, you're going to want to wear pants that you can pull up above your knees. But don't worry if you forget them at home. Team Labs does offer shorts that you can borrow from them. And finally, you cannot come to Tokyo and skip the Shibuya crossing. I know people are going to say it's touristy, but trust me, it's not overrated. Seeing hundreds of people cross the intersection at any given time of the day is something you have to experience in person. But here's the real way to do it. Head to the Starbucks at Shibuya Crossing and go right upstairs. Grab a coffee, a pastry, and just sit by the window. Watching the movement from above gives you a completely different perspective. Here's a travel tip. If you go during off-peak hours, you probably are going to get a really nice seat in front of the window. Now, as promised, here is the biggest tip of all. It's not just about planning your trip to Japan, but how you structure the trip. Most people don't think about this part, but it made a huge difference. I want to be honest about something. Our routing on this trip was a little bit unconventional, but there was a reason for that. One mistake I'll admit to, ideally, Osaka and Kyoto should be done back to back. They're close to each other and they flow perfectly. It definitely makes geographic sense. But here's why we didn't do those two together. It's all about the points availability. The hotels in this video can run up to $2,000 a night if you're paying cash. Now, when the availability opens up, we had to book it. Even if it meant routing straight to Osaka, then flying north to Niseko, and then heading back to Kyoto before finally ending up in Tokyo. Yes, it cost us a little bit extra in time, but it saved us thousands of dollars in hotel costs. So if availability pops up and you have to reroute, definitely don't overthink on it, jump on it. That's exactly what we did. Now, if you're paying cash for these hotels, I suggest a cleaner route. Start up north in Hokkaido, then head south to Kyoto and Osaka. Maybe you want to throw in a day to visit Nara and see the bowing dares, then finish off in Tokyo. This flows geographically. It's less backtracking and you end in a bigger city. Either way works. It just depends on what you're trying to optimize, whether it's savings on time or in cash. Let's talk about the real secret to this trip. Every hotel you saw in this video was booked on points. Both Park Hyatt properties, Hyatt Place, and Hyatt House in Tokyo. We're talking about thousands of dollars in hotel value that we redeemed for a fraction of the cash price. I spent over 300,000 points booking a trip that would cost tens of thousands of dollars. This would not be possible without credit card points. If you want to learn more about credit card points, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.